Good morning and good afternoon or wherever you are today, and welcome to today's web seminar on preparing your business for the new RevRec standard, ASC 606. I'm pleased to be speaking with all of you this morning, and let me go ahead and give you a quick overview of what we're planning to speak to today. So I'm going to go ahead and spend a few minutes walking through introductions. I'll give you an overview of NetSuite, and then we'll spend the bulk of the time in an interview with NetSuite's Global Controller, Mike Foreman. I'll introduce him, of course, later on. And then, of course, we'll make sure that we leave plenty of time at the end for audience Q&A. Of course, if you do have questions throughout the presentation, please feel free to go ahead and type those in. If we do have time, we'll make sure that we get to those. If we don't have time to get to your question, I do know we have a very large audience today. We'll make sure that someone follows up with you a few days afterwards and answer your question personally. So with that, let me go ahead and dive right in. So, of course, introduce Mike in a moment and give you a broader introduction to him and his bio and really his background. But before I do that, let me go ahead and introduce myself. So my name is Ranga Bodla. I'm responsible for industry marketing here at NetSuite, and I'm based out of our Chicago office, and I manage all the different industries that NetSuite goes to market. I've been at NetSuite for about 6.5 years, and over that time, of course, I've seen it really transform from around 900 employees to where we ended last year, well over 5,000 employees. So to give you a quick introduction into NetSuite, and just to give you a brief overview here, NetSuite, most of you hopefully already know who NetSuite is. If you're on this, if you received an invite, we're glad to be speaking with you. But if you don't know, we were really the first cloud company. We were founded in 1998 with the goal of delivering a single cloud-based system to run an entire business. We have over 5,500 employees globally, and over 40,000 organizations and subsidiaries trust NetSuite to run their business day in and day out. We ended 2016 with almost $1 billion run rate, and were acquired in late November by Oracle for $9.3 billion. Now we operate as a global business unit of Oracle. So if you really look at what NetSuite does, it really starts with the Suite Cloud platform. Suite Cloud is a pure cloud, multi-tenant, built-in platform that underlies our application and really provides a strong foundation for what we do. On top of that, we have our market-leading ERP, CRM, services resource planning, and commerce system, all built on that single unified data model. And of course, with OneWorld, we're able to handle the difficult task of going global with multi-book, multi-language, multi-currency, and of course, multi-country tax compliance. All, of course, which have been very critical for us in running the entire company on NetSuite, which we do run NetSuite on NetSuite. And of course, we use all of this to drive our success across the many different industries that NetSuite operates in, whether that's software, services, advertising, media and publishing, nonprofit, manufacturing, wholesale distribution, and of course, retail. And all of this is what enables these 4 key pillars of NetSuite. One unified system with a single schema and a single global record for all your key entities. Point-and-click flexibility and the ability to run the entire business on a single global verticalized ERP. All of these are what has enabled us to have the broad market success and the adoption of our solution that we've seen over the years. So with that, I want to go ahead and now move us on to the main program. So let me just take a quick few minutes to introduce who Mike Foreman is. If you have never met Mike, Mike's a great guy. I'm really excited to be presenting with Mike. Gotten to work with Mike over my career at NetSuite, and it's great to work with such a strong financial executive. Mike, of course, has been with NetSuite for almost 13 years, and he started with NetSuite when they were just a private company with just under $20 million in revenue. Mike was tasked with developing and scaling a finance infrastructure in preparation to file the S-1 and take the company public in 2007. Additionally, Mike led the efforts in our transition to EITF 0801, and of course managed due diligence and integration for a number of acquisitions that NetSuite did. And of course for 606, Mike has been a key leader in leading our transition to 606 and all the related tasks that go with it. I'm really excited to have him join us today and share his perspectives on 606. Thank you, Mike, for joining us.
Great, thanks. Great to be here, Anya.
Like, why don't we go and dive in, Mike? When you first heard about 606, well, first let me ask, when did you first kind of get involved with 606, and were you concerned?
So sure, yeah. I mean, anytime FASB decides to come out with a overhaul in a real significant area like revenue recognition, and in this case, I think which nearly impacts every company to some extent, you have to be concerned about the size of a project like that. So the first exposure draft came out in 2010, which really started conversation among practitioners, investors, and with regulatory bodies. So until the new rules were finally agreed upon in 14, there wasn't much you could do beyond speculate how the rules may or may not impact your particular industry and company, and try to make an attempt to help shape them by writing comment letters and working with your external auditors. Unfortunately, due to the volume of feedback that FASB did receive, they